Hi. I quit my job. So after 6 years, I left my first real, actual full-time job. I feel like I'm making just another video about the great resignation that's happening right now all over the world, but the whole thing was in process for a few years now. So actually for some people that's not a shock, and for the others might be. No, of course the whole thing was kind of difficult to me. You begin having those thoughts like, why did I do this? Is this the right thing? How am I going to survive? What if I fail? And maybe before I try to answer those questions, maybe some context, my history. For the past 6 years, I was working as an in-house graphic designer for a Slovenian fashion company. It was my first real full-time job at a time that getting a job as a graphic designer wasn't that easy. And of course, I was happy for just having a job. But some of you might know that being an in-house designer for a corporation might bring some downturns. Like, work can be very repetitive, very monotone. Basically any season is the same as the previous and you already know how it's gonna look the next one. And of course, as a graphic designer who always strives to get better, to try something different, something new, this might be kind of damaging. After 2 or 3 seasons, I already felt like I reached my peak. Even with different photographs and different graphics, underneath those projects were basically the same, so it kind of felt very repetitive. And after some time, I just didn't feel happy anymore. Days were dragging. Waking up was getting harder and harder, and although I liked driving around, the commute was something that I started to hate. I also felt burned out, like not in a usual known way, but more like an emotional way. I just couldn't find my projects interesting anymore. I got irritated quickly, and I was afraid that I was going to bring the same mentality to my home. So quite some time I was looking to get a job somewhere else. I was looking through Slovenian job markets, through foreign job markets. LinkedIn, of course, was my main goal. After the whole Rona work at home debacle, I was also very interested in remote jobs, like working for some foreign industry. And just so it happened that I end up on interviews for marketing agency in Ljubljana. So I had 2 interviews. They gave me a test to check my capabilities, and apparently they liked me. So although at first I wasn't sure I want to take their job, because they were looking for someone for basically a part-time, not a full-time. They were looking for someone for 3 days a week. But after the second interview with the director of the agency, I was pleasantly surprised by the proposed salary they were offering me for 3 days a week. So I started thinking and calculating, is this going to work? Am I going to be happy? How is gonna be my income? What about the job flexibility? There's a very good video about this topic, about thinking of becoming a freelancer, from Matthew and Sina. He used to work for the future, so he might know a thing or two. It's worth to check him out. So after the deep consideration and days of googling and talking to people, especially to freelancers, I decided to take a job and go freelance myself. So, was this the right thing to do? I don't know yet, but I feel much better than I used to. I felt like some huge weight fell off me. For the few final days in my previous job, I even whistled when I was walking through the corridor. And I haven't been doing this at least 5 years. I'm also looking forward to flexible work time. At first I never thought that I am like a work at home guy, but during the work at home period I found out that I was actually much more productive than in actual office. Of course that's not for everyone. Even myself, I thought that I'm much more office guy, but apparently I'm not. I'm also very much looking forward to the much easier networking, to find new professionals, to find connections to other freelancers that I might find interesting to collaborate with. Of course, many different clients. I'm aware that not all of them are gonna be great, but I'm hoping for many of those to be one of my best clients I can have. Even now at the beginning, I'm already contacted by many people being interested in working with me. And of course, for a lot of people, most important, I'm gonna be much more with my girlfriend. But looking through this financially, am I able to get through this? Well, calculations were made, and just by working for the agency, at least bare minimum is going to be achieved, but I'm hoping for much more than that for every month. I will constantly looking for new clients and of course trying to do my best to keep the old ones with me. Or even better, those old clients will start to recommend me to other potential clients. But what if I fail? What next? Well, the first thing, I'm gonna try not to fail. If I feel I'm on a path to the failure, I'm gonna try to readjust the strategy, rethink some options, even try to find new channels of income. But also, if I fail, it's gonna be just a good, sour but good lesson, because it's very important that you try to learn on every failure you had in professional and on personal level, because that's the only way to not fail again and to actually succeed. But on the other hand, if all this still doesn't work out, I can still kind of return to the regular 9-to-5 job. So I'm reaching the uncharted territories of my life, and I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Sure as hell I'm looking for the best. I'm prepared for the worst. I expect hard beginning, but I do believe that I have knowledge and capabilities to make a very good continuation and an actual success. Oh, look at that smartass being super confident and shit. I would like to thank everyone who supports me on my journey, who believes in me. I would also like to make a special thanks to my supporting parents and my girlfriend Barbara, who probably single-handedly convinced me to go on that journey. She's also a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer, so why don't you check her out? So yeah, that's kinda it. I'm really looking forward. I have no idea what's going to happen. I hope something crazy that we can talk about it, and I hope that we will be able to meet each other, if not in person, at least through video much more often. That's about it. Take care. Bye.